도점 레로리제 녜레겐반디 선계진도 메뎀부아이 로에근한다 진라이 츠바 이동 구루르나 멘달라 카니야 타야 아미 관계 도중에 좀 왔다 덤제 방배지를 덤배주니 던제배 고담때 라 자자로 야다 아 자외 가서 라렌 스드마 시거래 라진 스드마니 셈 깨니 에 퍼진둘라 라베야데 팔절 다 팔지 타망하데 투모선이 차거래 송인 더벨 타베 마지나 투모너지레스 지난 투모 강가 냠는 지야 차디어레스 다강 퍼진투기 냠는데 낭바상기 냠는 로알라 다들인 시지 최디기상 애니베 송인 더벨 레 짐바지 주무춘지 짐바지 냠버도 고거레스
We are on the 37 practice. Till now we have completed the five practice of five perfections. So these five are the common between the Buddhist and non-Buddhist schools. So if you want to make it unique of Buddhism, then it should be conjoined with the wisdom. So if you want to make the five perfections are unique of Buddhism, then you have to this five practices conjoins with the wisdom, then it become a unique of the Buddhism practice of six perfection.
제가 동다 자외 시럽생데 게 전부 잡아래. 줄라도 남제길로지래. 랭인제지기 시럽 랭인제지기 아니 십이 차질라 시럽시거래. 자외티 게 전부 잡아래. 대나네 똥이 또 별로 세디가라 사와 센진링이 붙여긴진다 딜리깡게 잡아래.
So in general the wisdom is necessary to to have wisdom, because we have to make the differentiate between the good and the bad. So in especially just like the wisdom, we see the emptiness is more important than that.
오다 디 가르친 게 전부 차고래. 세나 맞아 되기데 대화래. 민데바데 둥알래. 민데베 둥알데 몰람 때문에 셀탑 싸워니니 요마래.
So
민데베 둥알 셀발라 아니 강 둥알 중체 싸워 단지 머리바 티 매버지 조고래. 티 통이도 별로 두고래.
so now why the wisdom we see emptiness is important. Just like we all are just like willing to have happiness, not the suffering. So if you want to remove the suffering, you have to remove the suffering, the cause of the suffering, just like the afflicted emotions and so on. So for that you have to have needed to have a wisdom that sees the emptiness, the ignorance or the afflicted emotion or afflicted obsecutions are the cause for the suffering and so on. So if you want to remove this suffering, you have to understand the wisdom.
세상 단진 머리바 신데 매아솔라 땅보르 랑게 머리바다 원진 투부레스.
So if you want to remove the self-grasping, just like so first we have to understand what is the self-grasping, what is the ignorance. We have to understand that.
세상 단진 원진 마진발라 디 가자에 덴두 까신데 빼 미세 가버레스. 용에 매베서.
So if you don't understand what is the grasping, so if you don't know, so just like you cannot reject what is the object of rejection, just like what you are negating, just like the truly existent. So without knowing the grasping, you cannot neglect or reject the truly existent, grasping of truly existent.
어다 디 인데가라 가자 덴두비게 따바타중게 간디지 자고 그예메 디 디제 개첨부 차거레스 와 나랑주 낭줄데라 가젤레티어레 가체 끝뒤나 낭줄데 제빠체당 디니 제빠체기 갈링 용토네 니페 낭줄 시투베지 종이나 아니 동일라 또서 디마카게 어레스 숭두스 숭글라.
So just like the truly existent or grasping of truly existence. So just like to know, just like when whatever we appear to our sense or our consciousness, just like object whatever we appear, on that time we have we grasp the truly existent. So if you analyze or if you make analyze on that object, then laterally by making your effort, then you will understand properly the wisdom.
어다 나온초니 제베이나 아주 덴바 주바지 코 율드 낭용도 갈라 수툭도 율 코랑원이 여봐서 지지 난거어데 원해잖아 율 코랑은 건 매매 베 세부 30도 다나 하고에 차리요.
So in general what we appear that the thing exists by its own nature or in intrinsic nature or the objectively. So if you analyze the object, so through that one you can understand that what we appear is not exist as what we see or what we appear. As how we see the things. It's not exist on the way of how we see the things.
즉 간디지 낭용도 갈라 그런 수툭도 여와진 아주 난게도 와시 낭줄 때라 다 레낭시고라 낭비치니지나 렌두기 나와 어다 딘심벨로탈 렌진시고라 이 토벨로야 진벨로탈라 렌진 딩이가 다 율란 출바 차디어레 율진디안 출바 차디어레스.
So what any kind of thing or for that appear to us, so it seems that it was inherently existent or intrinsic existent or objectively existent. So this is called the truly we grasp, like it's called truly existent. So we also in our mind also we grasp that it what exists by its own nature. We think that the object was exists by its own nature. So this is called the grasping. truly grasping on the object.
Wata te zembar zimbatela zenzin tele wata ngaranzu zembar tubaji nang wata zimbatela eni kareke wara tela maripa sigorta pe ribayanta galda de maripa de ngunzin cheta teri lo chinchi loji lo yangta ba mayimbaji lo norba chinchi wata ti wangi eni tele docha jedang timu tikitike ti wangi lesa lengamba te wangi ngaranzo mindo bidungal tikitin jungu arese da nambi jung share do sigores.
So for us, what we appear, the things appear as inherently existent or objectively. For us, we appear the things exist by its own nature. So through that one, we grasp the thing exists, the way how we appear to. So through that one, just like this is called the marikpa, or the ignorance, or the directly opposite to the wisdom is called the marikpa, is unknown for the reality, unknown of the object. So through this one, just like ignorance or unknowing the reality, through this one we have attachments and anger and so on. Then also the so through that we create a karma, a bad karma and so on. Then we have to, because of the bad karma we created, so we have to suffer and so on.
Gavelo chimachi kandeji inrung kanche maribi nyembu ngui nyembu chegende ta ribayang tapa maribi ngaldate ribayang tapa namdel nala mari minza zunso jin labre zungi ngaldala zenchi guware zunchi ngalda zenchi wata tena jinjigi maribi ngalda nilu yang tabri belo wata te juda songi to belo dendu ka belo wata dingjing ka belo ti yang tabri resikuare.
So just like whatever kinds of virtues are mind, we have just like the real direct antidote for the ignorance or the unknowing of nature of the phenomena is just like wisdom, which sees the emptiness. So just like it's when we are lying, so its direct contradictions or the lying is opposite, or contradiction is like we are talking about the truly words like that. So the wisdom is directly contradictions or antidote to the unknowing nature or the ignorance.
That jaza mari ben wingin de la songi to belo jadu galata ti kechmu chag do as samdana moni dungal mindu ginjina songi to belo la samdang wa de pe misiba ta lamrim sungyung khana 마천나 니길데 제게 간지 가서 춥춥지 랑게 낭출들 삼로타네 에니 따바타숭 젬버트나 간디스투 부부도 두산 투로도 삼로탄 도스네 제바이나 수수 귤라 딘데웨 젬버드 메덴진데 슈추루 텐덴 로그레 수숭도.
So the things the directly contradictions or the antidote for the ignorance or just like unknowing the reality of the phenomena or the object is the wisdom. So whenever we appear, the things appear, just like we have to analyze on how it appear to us, right? So first we have to understand what, if it is truly existent, then how it should be truly existent. The way of explaining how it means for the truly existent. Then if you analyze the things through that one understanding of truly existent, then you will slowly you will get a mind. You can just like you feel like things not really exist what you appear to, what they appear to you.
That thing was choosing Nina like a shin as I did a mariswa. The young tapaji shevala money tunta jigel tavi charagi kebar the shevaina. Tini tandangazo tandashia that so thank you will lose judging shigore, mother, young to the ganga shigo maris. What a tea chevala? She said Najindu Sene Quash Remindo, Monichana, also teacher Jinsu, Any Koran Zinda Toche discuss Karsor, Mazu Yama, Tiwatilin Tony, those Chevaina, Mark was a race. Those Pentoche on some goods.
So, if you really want to understand properly, just like we have to know the difference between the 4 schools of Buddhism, 4 tenets of the Buddhism, then how this describe about the wisdom, how to talk about. Just like we have to know the differentiate between the 4 schools of Buddhism, then we can get more understanding on the emptiness and so on. So just like we just taking a class for 2 hours is not sufficient to understand properly. So the thing is, I want to just like take a participant, just like to discuss within us. We take more time, and you give questions and answer, and question answer session, just like giving, just like discussion. We need to take more times on discussion, then we can understand more properly than just like taking 2 hours classes.
Kironzo Pesha Mangalo, Malone, you are Tangakona Yomarwa. Pesha Malo, you are Kona Toba Namtoji Kigorwata, the Karina Samsanji. Kewalat, Pechajolo, the Pechalo, Juchai Tontal, Pagi, or Didin Dimidu, didn't do Namto Marajikini, and it was Tangajirawa.
So also for you, just like you need to ask questions for them. Just like you need to read a books about talking about the wisdom, whatever. Just like you need to read the books on that one. So through that one, you yourself have some thought. You will feel something, it's contradiction, whatever you feel. Then you can ask. Without without your reading the books, you cannot have any kinds of thought that you can ask question. So better go through discussion is better than just taking class, because you can have question answers and so on. Then you also need to read the books and so on. So in the hotel last time when the Lama is here, the Lama also told Geshe-la to take the class of Tenet. For Buddhism schools of Tenet, the text Tenet. Yeah, Tenet. Sorry, Tenet. So just like 4 schools of different between the 4 schools and so on. So yeah, but Geshe-la, yeah, it's kind of people, some coming, some not coming. So just like difficult to understand for the people. So Geshe-la answer like that. Then
that today jigi tawe kebar the machine tongi sinde kanzo molam jaya samre mato jimajijin hagoya pe kabore.
So Geshe-la told just like it's very difficult to teach, because very difficult to understand by the students and so on who come. So it's very difficult to teach. So also so now Geshe-la talking about that we need to understand to understand the properly meaning of wisdom, whatever, emptiness and so on. We probably need to go through the schools of tenets and differentiate between what are they're different and so on.
Some ditang gores yulji kandishi tongana yulde tondo yul korang woni ngazo nangsulde sudu nangyore zemba de kandishi ndu ngobujina yukel teni mato yude kenjila teni mato tup shida kona yomare ngazo nangintula yude kenel teni tubate gun nang korang yomare jangaldu dugas wata tekete samtang gores di ngazo 통해 제취지 삼루는 걸미 둘지까지 시고 말에 통해 취지라 삼루도 스탄 거라서 까지 시대시고 거라 데 마땅 거이나 디니 레라버지 가버레스.
So in usually or daily we have to think like just like the things we appear, what we are appear to us is like objectively exist, right? We think that thing exists by its own character or whatever. So we have to analyze and think that the thing exists by cause and conditions. Without cause and condition, it cannot be arise, right? So that we have to think on the object, whatever we see. You don't need to imagine on something you are not able to see. You have to imagine on what what things you see, then you can analyze how it exists, or it do exist by its own nature, or truly existent, or inherently existent, whatever. So through that one, you have to analyze daily. You have to think how you appear to. Then it seems like did they really exist by that nature or not? You have to analyze.
파봉기 람림는 수요레스와 미진주나 미데 못다 초고레스 못다 맞춰봐 민주에 미고에 가르고 공간이 두잖아 고에 가르고 공간이 게타이 온 거는 주식 말와 어따 때나진게 덴버 투바데 맞죠 덴버는 베덴신 개발라 덴버 투바 투루 따바 타주 그 간다지 투구야메 따바 타주 그 디지 지자네 아니 나랑도 낭순들라 따바 타주 그 덴버 투바 나신 제가 좀 난거 유르코난 수수도 여바나지 라진 메시아다 라진 메시아 메규데 tenni me kachete shigo mare ten sawangin shigo mare tenni me zebe
So
raji me se megyude ngaso nangsul de la chutu rubananje tenanshin ji yo mare se labgore.
So in liberation, capture pagonga, which is the liberation on palm of your hand, talk about this. Like, if you want to know that some people, right, you want to recognize someone, so you need to understand properly him. It's like if someone say who is wearing a white cloth, then you cannot recognize him properly. So many people are wearing white clothes. So to if you want to recognize him or whatever one person, you have to recognize him properly, how he look like and so on. So like that. So if you want to reject the truly existent, so first you have to understand what truly existent. If it truly existent exists, then how it should be exist. So you have to think on your mind. If truly existent exists, how it should be exist. Right? It's if inherently exists. If there is inherently existent exist, then you have to think how it exists. So through that one, if you cannot understand that one, then you cannot reject the someone. You understand? You know. So it's like if you want to, okay, you can tell me. Okay, if you want to some name called John, if you want to recognize John, right? First you have to know John. Who is John, right? Who is John? Otherwise you cannot say he is John, right? So you have to know who is John. If someone introduce he is wearing white cloth, then he say many people wear a white cloth. So you cannot say he is John, right? So if you want to know properly the John, you want to pick up his. If you want to give someone introduction of John, right? You have to know John properly. Otherwise you cannot give introduction to someone. He is John, right? So if you say wearing white clothes, then you cannot give a proper introduction. So like that. To reject the inherently existent or grasping of truly existent or objectively existent, first you have to know if truly existent exists, how it should be exist. If the thing objectively exists, then you have to know how it should be exist objectively. So without that, you cannot reject objectively existent.
어두두 스치니 삼지 당규래. 뢰 따상 답 양 초지 셴바지는 삼다바이나 때는 디 쪼즈들라 쪼즈시고래. 쪼즈 카방 쪼즈레베 쪼즈 깜바 쪼즈레베 린디 레베 싱디 쪼즈레베 누수 찬나 쪼즈라야요 말에. 라야요 말데 쪼즈 싱디 뢰 바게 디 카방달 레베 싱다 깡가 초점질라 쪼즈제데 똑비파 자인자 샤반 나진지 코나 자완체 두고 와래. 어다 디기디 양 시대 연락 촌 지더신다 저바 인세선지 어다 디기디 삼단도 시다바네 양직 동이 라카초야기 다 펜터지 웅그레스 두 삼비지 당거레스.
So there's another way to think. Before that, I will read you a verse from Shantideva. He says, without finding the object under investigations, investigation, it lack or inherently existent, right, will never be recognized. So he says that if you want to reject inherently existent, you have to know what is inherently existent. Right? Without that, you cannot reject. For them. Now Gyala is talking about another things to where to think. Just like when you in front of you there's a table, right? So if you look for the table, you have to analyze which part of the table is table, the feet or the front or what back or whatever. You have to analyze through this one, right? So through that one, just like the combination of all together is called, we call table. So but it was not truly existent. We are giving a name on that one, right? So just like we have to think that all the combinations or collections of feet and these are called, we are just giving a name or tables on that one. So we have to think on this way, then we will get a more understanding on the emptiness. That's why.
포라존지 지라 미 민다기 타냐 만다 타네 코 이시지레 코랑원이 예나 타냐 만다지 따거든요 말 콘토나 코랑고네 까르토다 민다라 마테보 코 두브나지 난구고아레 텐나 만아야데 코랑원이 메비 따드레
in the text Kungen Jang Shiva says that just like the things do not exist by its own nature or objectively, but we are imputing. The thing exists is owned by. We are just imputing the name on the things, on the object, whatever. They are not really exist by objectively, but we are giving names. We are merely imputed. So the things, if they are truly inherently existent or the objectively existent, then different people don't need to give a name. Just like, for example, one cup, right? Different culture, different tradition have their own different name. So that if the cup truly exists by its own, then it will automatically we understand that this is cup, but we are giving name for that one. So it means it was not truly exist by its own nature.
랑을 민매비다데다 곧 당이 망보지 잘고도 왔어. 그는 민다 맞아라 곧또 두미도 왔어. 곧 두미도 왔어. 남기미도 왔어. 낭나진 고배 민다 맞아라 가서 민다 맞춰발라티 용구미도 왔어. 때 맹어데 어따 랑원이 매비다지 됐어. 따티 랑원이 매사들라 망보 숭여르데 따틴 지마지진지 취지겔 당 말rel라 가서 두스데 뒤서 퉁퉁지나 때서는 요해 말 가서 가서 툭툭 팔게래 두시네 규르제네 그러면서 고야게 탑시지 그 삼당고 거래스
so the things, if truly exist by its own nature or inherently exist or the objectively exist, whatever, so if the things do exist like that way, then we don't need to give the name for each and every point of, just like we give a different names for different people, different names for the different things and so on. So if they exist inherently, then we don't need to give the name. We don't have to have a conceptual to think about that one. And the things, just like we are talking about emptiness, it's very difficult to actually to explain in such a way. Just like it's first is the language translation is very difficult to get proper name English words for proper Tibetan words. Just like we can find assimilated words, but very difficult to get a proper words. So it's also very difficult to translation, and also just like taking a short period of just like 2 hours to study. It's also difficult to explain properly on the emptiness.
안타 간증 단 디링 아주 라우께서 삼루도 스탄거를 라야 돼. 레미 소리지레스. 야미안도 삼당거레스 데토라.
So whatever we talk about how to think, how do we have to think about the phenomena truly existent, how lacking they are inherently existent and so on. That we have to think more and more about that one. This is just like a key to open door for understand emptiness.
Demi yona godamna chala karayo de so lenya ke toptang yoresi. Jasan samlun di tangna any kronzo sem pusu torun minro yadang. Any nganzin de chisamji shu chumu chinziri digi nganzin la nugri esirwa. Samlun deni chitanda nganzin la nugri. Nganzin li chisamji nodi chiri sem de kuyamba chugure. Sem kyachir chugure. Sem any be lo shiba chugure. Any dungal nyor chugure. Yongure. Dependo yongure esi.
So this is kind of things, just like key. Just like if you have a key for the go down, right? Then you open the door and you can take out what you ever need. So just like these are just like the key to understand a little bit key if for understanding the emptiness and so on. If you the things you have to think more and more about the how to things they do not exist by their own nature. You have to think again more and more every day, just like daily. So when you think more and more, just like you will get your mind become more calm and so on. Just like then you will feel a holistic, not only thinking about self and so on. So you will become your mind will become more wider way of perspective, and also you can have a less suffering and so on.
Oda duschene hache ngarom nangzul thoni gacha tentu sendi any pe ngaso nangyore na yade nang na ji meade ngaso samdana hakwai tubiajire. Oda tichoni dusi samdang gore. Da yul chuni kona ngweni shebaina tongi segura tong ni lagdoa. Di tong sedugala 당분이 맨데긴지까지 양식어 말해. 아주 낭줄 나신지어 말해 랍고 얼다. 랍이야도 뭐마 랍이나 나란조 수수교 타말파 집어 삼로 푸스 떠버뜨기 낭 나신지어 말해. 자 같이 드시고.
So the thing is the emptiness just like thing is like whatever we appear the things exist, like we appear the thing exists by objectively or inherently, so it was not really exist on it's like that. So in the nature the thing are not exist what we are appearing, that we appear thing exists objectively, but in naturally the things don't exist like that. So thing exists by dependent nature and so on. So just like we're talking about the emptiness itself, just like emptiness, just like tong ni in tong over here means for lacking or something lacking. So what lacking is just like what we appear to us, just like appear the things things appear to us like objectively exist or inherently exist. So that we are lacking is inherently existent. What we are appearing, the lacking emptiness, empty means lacking of something, right? So lacking, what is lacking is the lacking of the things what they are appear to us. It's like objectively they appear to us. The thing exists objectively. So the things like that. So that over here the lacking means for the things lacking of objectively appearance. You got it? So yeah, inherently. So it means what the thing we appear to us like thing exists by its own, right? We never think that things exist by our own concept and so on. With this, for us, appear that I'm here, right? You think that I'm exist by my own nature, right? I'm being here as my own nature. So, but if you think properly, like I'm here, my name is whatever, but you are also imputing, you are giving the name on me, right? If I'm truly exist as whatever, just like right now I'm translating, right? You give me a translator. So if I'm the translator exists by inherently or the objectively, then from the beginning where I born, I should be like translator. It was not like that. You are imputing name, you are giving name on me. So you appear me as objectively as a translator. So the lacking is I'm not objectively as a translator, but you are giving name. The thing is, you are giving name. You never think about you are giving name to me. You think the thing on its own object, its own nature. You for you appears like things appear by its own.
This one, Question.
So if something has an inherent nature, but we've mislabeled it.
Yeah. Yeah, we are
But we've mislabeled. Will we know on some level the inherent nature without doing a labeling? How can we know?
so we things like I will give you right. Inherently over here is rejecting, just like we never think of our labeling on that one. We think that exists its own nature. Yeah, we for us, right, what we appear is things there, not depend on our label. We think we for us appear that the table is there by its own nature. We never think of our concept of giving names on interdependent on part and so on, right? The thing actually exists. We are imputing the name. So
If it has an inherent existence,
yeah.
how will we know if we understand that we are imputing a name?
Yeah.
But it has an inherent existence, whatever space does it. How will we know that without putting a label or a name on it? I mean, will we just know inside? Is there an aspect of wisdom or knowledge that we just know the difference between that it has an inherent existence?
So in generally there's no inherently existent in Buddhism. Nothing is inherently existent. Space itself is just like you are giving name.
Space, I understand space. I understand space as a label and word. And if I was speaking Spanish, it would be different. Yeah, I get that.
So just like are thing inherently exist. Uh-huh.
You said that several times, in several different ways. I didn't hear any examples.
This I will tell you.
I didn't miss
No.
that.
I said there's a we appear to the things appear to us inherently existent. The things there is no such thing inherently existent. For us appear.
Okay, because I thought I heard you say, you were saying that to us it appears. And we, of course, are ignorant.
So we for us things appear like inherently existent.
Okay. Oh, well, then, but you did say that there is such a thing as inherently existent.
No.
There is no such thing.
There's no such thing inherently existent.
So everything in this okay, so my original everything is just simply a projection of our
Yeah, mine.
nothing really exists.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really hard to explain to people.
And so the instruction really is, I mean, the concept is actually fairly simple, but but the task is to keep it in mind all the time.
Yeah.
Constantly,
Yes.
right?
You have to think just like I will tell you whatever Geshe-la before talk, right? There's a two things we have to think how they are not inherently existent. Right? So that for us the thing appear inherently, right?
It appears to be
It's appear. I say never say it inherently existent. We appear to us inherently existent. For that one, you appear, right? Now you have to know if it is appear to us inherently existent, then we have to know if it is exist inherently. If I say if it is exist inherently, then you should tell how it should be exist inherently. If it is exist but it's not there, right? You have to know the meaning of inherently existent, right? If you know the meaning of inherently existent, but you have to know by concept, right? That's thing. You have to know by your concept. But you have to know by concept. It's know by concept.
Okay. You have to realize
Yeah, you have to Yeah, you have to, from your concept, right? You have to think if truly existent, then you should be like that. So I will give you the proper meaning, just like in a Tibetan text says, right? In a text, Buddhism text, not Tibetan. Buddhism says the what is the meaning of inherently existent, right? The things they are not imputed, but they are we appear they are
Okay.
exist objectively.
Can I? Okay.
It exists just by its own.
The definition of inherent: existing in something as permanent, essential, or characteristic attribute. That means that
But it doesn't really.
this cup doesn't necessarily not exist. We just call it cup.
No, I got that.
Yeah. So I mean, the cup is there.
What's made up?
At a moment, at this
There is
nanosecond.
something here, but we tell it what it is.
감지고.
다 하고 서가세요.
He said nothing actually exists.
What do you say?
Of itself.
Yeah, nothing exists by its own self.
But things inherently exist?
Huh?
Do things inherently exist?
대삼지
What do you say? Just this question. What do you say?
Do things and that's the wrong word. I know that's not a word. Inherently is not a word, right?
Do things not inherently?
Do things not inherently exist?
Not inherently existent. Lacking inherently existent. You are talking about lacking inherently existent, then right.
They do?
If you say not for lacking, then I say yes. If you say not for another meaning, then I don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
it does not inherently exist. The cup or anything is not inherently.
Yeah, the thing, all the things are lacking inherently existent.
Or lacking attributes.
What? Okay. I will tell you. I will tell you the words I will use is objectively. Okay. Objectively. So things we are not exist objective. We are giving name. Right. So just like whatever in just like in inherently meaning is just like we for us it appear thing exists by its own nature. We never think the thing we are giving name. So it's kind of like
The attribute of its own nature.
yeah, attributes its own nature. We are thinking thing exists its own nature by its own. Right.
Like the attribute of cup doesn't exist on its own nature.
So are we trying to teach our minds not to impute things?
Not like that.
No, you still have to.
The things, all the things are imputed. It doesn't mean like that. You have to think is whatever you appear is you have to think they are imputed. You have to think this way. You have to think that yeah, you have to think that the things that you are just imputing, giving them, overlapping them.
Are we asking questions later or can we ask them?
You can ask now.
I mean,
수디는 지대 네 라비아테마다 요 말이지.
So whatever you ask questions, that this is the answer. Yeah, okay. Answer.
라비아테마다 요 말이지라. 이 문에레스. 무슨 삼다나 이 똥이 똥방이 시엔데 지다니 칸이저에 저투비아 카브레. 센라젠진 전된데 랑기 센라젠진기 윰주무 셔레게 바로도 짐발 또 용드가라 마르삼 젬메 셔라 파롤 마케 민가 남그 ngo니
다들 얘기구나.
마케 민가 시야데 마케 망가스네 젬버투베 마케와 젬버투베 망가 바스 라부 얼마도 가자 셔고 얼마도 싱일레 셔고 마르테 티 카보 띵고네 카니제 마레 티또 발라탄데 디게데 삼 마타나 티 ngon디 크리아 카보레 삼탄산데 라부
So in a Buddha talk about the when it prays to the wisdom, right? Perfection wisdom. Just like he say, "Masam jeme," whatever you think, right? You cannot speak properly, like that. Whatever you just like the practitioners see the emptiness, right? They can understand the emptiness, but difficult to explain the words. So just you can ask question just like first I will explain that one, then you can ask the question. Okay.
He read my mind. So we were talking about this. He was listening, I'm sure, out in the other room earlier when
Yeah, this is experiential.
So they're really, so all this, but is that yes or no?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. If that's the case, then what are we doing?
You are taking in practice.
So you can intellectually
Yeah,
approach it.
yeah. We have to now.
So,
Just
but you have to have the wisdom, because the wisdom is connected. The wisdom part is an ingredient. My understanding also is that it's not totally purely that way. That you can understand little tidbits or whatever are helpful in the path of realization.
first, I will ask you. You use the two words, right? What is the practical? You use another word. You said emptiness is to be with practical. What would you use of words? Experiential. So you're asking what we are doing with emptiness, right? We are taking with.
Why are we talking about
Yeah.
it? Why don't we just do it?
Okay. You can if you cannot understand what meaning, how you can take experiential? How you want to take it to experience?
That's my understanding.
So that's why first you have to understand the words, right? Then how first you have to understand what emptiness means. Then you practice, right? Then you will bring in experiential, right? If you don't know the words, if you say Bodhisattva, then if you don't know how to practice Bodhisattva also experiential. We do by experience.
So we can't get
Reverse.
enough.
You can have experience and not
Knowledge.
understand, and then you can bring
Yeah,
understanding.
that's right.
My understanding is there's something called instant, the shortcut.
가르사?
Short. Just wait. I will ask. Kena dilar kogi da tangwa diwa tangwa shita. Tongmangi lai darwa. Man tsiki shetuk mare rwa. Na nyamyung are la rwa. Tati konzo iti rwa. Di na karishin la gore sa. Tongmangi sada kajin doshi shikia gore sa. Odi shaso.
동반이 간데스
Kajin doshi shikia gore sa. Sangma experience siya na.
taking ila songas. Ngaso mindo yate dungal res. Dechati dewa res. Dungal te mari palte ni chungre. Mari pade mea mazola yonga yomare. Mari pe mea zola tongi ene pe samlo matana ko mari pa ka tuku menza mari pa kaya tundala ko pati tundare res.
So you say emptiness is experiential, right? Experiential. So yeah, it can explain, but not properly. So one thing I will tell you.
지금
You-
찌질랍
Yeah, you cannot give a exactly. Okay. Now I will give the answer from Geshe-la. So Geshe-la tell, right? If you want to have overcome from suffering, right? First you have to remove the cause of suffering, right? Cause of the suffering is ignorance, unknowing the reality of the phenomena, right? Ignorance means marikpa means unknowing. Unknowing of what? Reality of phenomena. So if you want to remove that one, you have to know the reality of the phenomena. To understand that one, you have to need a wisdom. That is called wisdom. So wisdom antidote to the ignorance or the unknowing of reality. So wisdom bring you to the happiness, right? Yeah, get to the happiness. It bring you happiness. The cause of suffering is ignorance. The cause of happiness is wisdom.
근데 이는 게 결혼서 되어지 당연히 사람 라인스 와 군다는 뭐지 주인이 또나 상기 좀 되는 지틀을 거be 거봐서 수이 중이 또나 텔라 상기 지틀 두베 거바이 두바인스 수요레스 대롱는 게 사람 라인스
가르자
단단 디단 되어요레스
수이충이 떠나.
수이 중이 또라 텔라 상기 지틀 두베 거바 두베인스 라브레
So
지튼 상기 지튼 좀 거바다 가르는 두잖아 간사가 규기 individual minger sosugi denzin ka paina tela ne bedamber zime denzin de kana ti sangin jitin chumbe ko bata tubre se labore
so 공당으로
tanda tata tuwate dan tata lebi duas
so 공당으로
kundara mujre
in
jangi chenna yar
공당 되면 좀 right. He say about talking about what is the purpose to Buddha to come into the world. world over here, samsara. What is his purpose to come here? Over here, give answers like to understand the emptiness for the people, right? Individual, whatever, right? So he's talking about that one. So over here, just like giving the emptiness, just like emptiness is experiential, but you have to understand, right? Without understanding, you cannot take it in the experience. Bring it to experience. If you don't have the words, meaning of the words,
You don't have a guide.
yeah, if you don't have a guide or if you don't,
Get to where
that,
So it's all works together.
yeah.
It's synergistic. So when we start,
Start is in your
가르사
katu koresa. Start is in your way.
고투에 뒤천 들이세요 말했어. 걔랑 끝이 삼단 단어 맞춰 얘기는요 말했어.
So that there's a no time for start when start and what. So every time whenever you think about emptiness, it is you are starting.
클라스디 대 삼단나 디고리 니로디 삼단나 디고리 끝이 삼단 투는
So just like
니로디 단투나 야버리.
when you think about
단투나
if you have ability, just like you can also think on the time of eating, right? You think that your food exists inherently, objectively. You can think like. That's you are walking then. Why?
I'm just curious when,
You're grasping too much, Larry.
no, I'm not really athletic. I've given up many times. But no, every time you get a little bit closer, I guess, right? So a couple lifetimes.
I have a question about imputation.
Good.
So Barb and I both perceive Larry.
differently.
Yeah.
So we're both imputing Larry. But the problem is we're both imputing Larry.
Yeah.
It's not just that I'm imputing Larry or Barb is imputing Larry. So how is it there if there's nothing from Larry's own side that Barb and I are coming up with a similar imputation?
율기면아 민간했다고 그래서.
아,
율기 거에는 민간했다고 그래서.
민.
율기 거에는
율무는 매들라고 말했어. 다티 디지 양콘도 놀고 말했어. 니기 수노래. 가르사. 냐메타벨라제기. 너기 똥바니 너리 녀가요 그랬어. 아주 낭주 나시요 말라 보러마다 율무는 매들까지 시고 말했어. 수시기도 시티.
가자 나골라제 가자.
너기 똥바다 중이기 똥바니 너리 녀가요 그랬어.
뇌기 동바다 중이다 알아.
너기 똥바다 중이기 똥바니 너리 녀가요.
뇌 동바다 중이 동바더라. So
너기 똥바.
어
너리 녀가요 그랬어. 라요 그랬어. 제가 율 아주 낭주나지 매당 율기문이 매세니 가래스 양.
so in Dabolaji they says that 뇌기 동바 empty of vessel. Empty of vessel, empty of anything, empty of a cup. Okay, you will how to say, you will feel doubt between the empty of a vessel and the emptiness, right? So we are just like over here. We say not exist how we appear. We never say not exist anytime. There exists, but that not exist is how we appear. Just like if you look for the lyric, right? From your point, you have another different perspective, and I different have. For me, I don't know him, right? You know well, so you have more imputation of what he walks, whatever, right? Also, that kind of thing. You think that he inherently exists, no, objectively exists like that. For me, nothing, right? I saw him first time, so I'm imputing him. I think that he's new to here, right? For me, I feel like that. For you, you think that many years ago. But for me, I think that he's newcomer. Like that, we are imputing in different way.
But there's no Larry there.
Larry is there. Yeah, there is there.
Not as
not as
Larry?
Larry we appear. Yeah.
Silata.
Larry,
Mijay.
Larry. Now I will tell you. Larry is there. Larry is not there. What we appear. What we appear.
Liri ten yores. Yugu. Ngatu nang na jin liri tekna yorebes. Yorebes. Takachi tis leg yores.
So the Larry, actually Larry is there, right? So do Larry exist? What you appear? Yeah. What Larry appear to you? Did he exist? What appear to you? Yeah, subjective and objective.
Subjective, there is no subjective reality. There is objective existence, but
That-
we subject upon objective existence.
Dagi ngai tapa
Ah,
thoju December
how
tu
how
la
is
pore.
it? This going, this
Lap
go.
song.
Come on, Chikwa. It's
Yes, re.
I- I've-
pendo yung goris.
this going.
Lap kor.
One thing. You say objectively, right? How you describe objectively? For if just I will have one, just like in the text using right objectively, whatever we say, you'll take nituba. You'll in
You'll
objectively
win,
you'll
you'll
give
take
one
nituba.
nituba. You'll means objective. So we are rejecting objectively.
You are objecting.
Yeah. In Buddhism, rejecting objectively existent means that we appear objectively things, but not exist whatever we appear to us. We appear to
Objective is not subjective.
yeah subjective we, from here, right? Objective from here, right? So this is for us things appear objective to us. What we are giving name is subjective.
So you're saying that objectivity is subjective.
I don't know how to
Marda. Mar khudte nurgu are.
Objectivity.
we are not
Kironto
We
di
are-
nur miche. Ngeche ne
we are,
kitu ti
we are
nurgu
not
are.
creating object.
Kyusu
Our minds we are imputing, not creating.
eh
How we create?
di nang di kala kande
How I can create? How I can create lyric?
Ah,
That is not
DJ.
my mind
DJ.
creating. You are exist there.
koso tiwa ti tangda. You nang di kala tenin jungwa tang. You can mangbu jel sen tubashi nangi duge. Tilbu khona chutu tu nangi dus.
So there's one question.
Khurang wone nangi dus.
So when you see the bell, right? You all look for the bell. So for how it appear to you? It appear to by its own nature.
nangi duge.
This guy. It-
Tilbu le you can mangbu ji.
Its own
Tenin tuwe nangi du.
did it appear to you by its own nature, or you appear like it was come into being by lots of cause and condition? How you appear to you? The things you tell truly. You tell truly. You know.
No, it appears that like it exists on a
Yeah. You think the thing. Okay.
다 다르와 유르 코랑원이 추두도 용인지 나가이나 띠 낭줄데 너 레라고 하래 유르 코랑원이 마임바지 이게 망불라 떼니 두바지 나가이나 다 따고니 가삼 초지 레기어 다
So,
낭줄데
so when you appear the bell, right? If you think bell appear to you by its own, or by object is on to you, right? So this is totally wrong. You appear. What the things if you the things appear to you as it was come into being by cause and condition and so on, then it's right correction. Then you will go towards the emptiness.
다 떼니 낭기나 다 떼니 낭기나 로아
That's what-
아이
I mean, is it just like you just practice thinking that every time you look at?
디 거티나 삼당 거라
yeah, you have to think. So just like
ngazo타노 삼노 nga다 우말테디 로망보두고 하래 다 버진트는 로 니슈 두고 하래 단다 삼탄데 거래 또라
so, just like study the Madhyamika schools. We are entering to the middle way. Umajugba, entering to the middle way. He studied this and Prajin perfection wisdom for almost 20 years before, and still thinking about that one. So you have to think about that things exist by your
That-
concept or interdependent nature and so on.
다 tagi dile sonsi. Gyuken le tuni tubaji nangi yo na. Ta gyuken kandisi gyuda kensingdi. Ani gyu nipa de dibu tubsan tulu teso kanga yang mangpu samdang yo resirwa. Lila boshi ten zawangi ni yo mara tigiti.
So the things, the bell, if you just like whatever you appear to this to your eyes by cause and lots of cause and condition, right? If you appear the thing exists to you, the thing exists for your eyes. It appear that thing exists by lots of cause and condition. But also there's also if you just appear to, but it have lots of meaning, just like lots of subtle level of thinking. It's caused like substantial cause and whatever the condition cause and so on. You have to think lots of ways. So very subtle level of cause and condition.
세상 균가 받은 리부 두바 띵냠래 균이 ken가는 숨 띵냠도 데빌루라 제바이나 다 뭐네 균이 봐서 참어 니 봐서 디빙올라 파 침받아나 디부 투마 사도 양 디부 ngode korang tagi tuana shinji dego man ga du gorwa ko kichi pet ga gorwa dego to samaship sabu tana ma do lela boji yundi tingam sing karsa yun kenga no sun tingam sing de pet tege mita ba thamul jila samtana ma do jatu ya khona yo mare dege de khabore kenga no sun tingam zarwa dibu kiawa dibu neban dibu ga ba tingam in se gore
So just like there's a certain level of cause and conditions, right? So there's some point, just like the result arise or the result stay, whatever how long it stay, and it stop. Do you got it? Just like first we have to think about the when in general you're talking, right? In general talking, just like if when the result come, the cause of the result automatically stop, right? But in the level of some level in Madhyamika, they say this and also just like the arising, right? When the thing arising, whatever bonds or whatever arise, then how long it stay, stability, how long it stay, and the stop. It's at the same time. It's if you want to understand this one, right? It's only speak in very subtle level of impermanent. What's impermanent? It's impermanent and momentary changing.
It's changing because it never stops.
다케론스 찹산당근에 땅스러와 너니 렘산 좀 되셔다 짝해니 애니 가서 디스커스 시고스 양결 니아부도
So Gisela one just that if you want to go have tea or whatever, go and bring your tea and come back again, then we can go discuss again. No, you can keep discussion, that's fine. Gisela likes it. Gisela want to have more discussion. First you go to toilet, then come back. Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, of course. Yeah, take a break for